Alright. Annyeongsayo, amigos, amigas, holmigas, and holmigos. Announcements. So we're going to announcements are highlights. Highlights. Okay, so we're going to create a new project. We're going to call this highlights, and seems like we are back to square one here because I am getting the same error as before. So let's try to see and be careful on what we are doing. So we want to use what is the version of Angular 17. So for Angular 17, yeah, this Angular 17. Okay, so what is the Angular CLI version for Angular Core 17.3.0? There's no single definitive answer to this question. Here's why and how to determine the appropriate Angular CLI. So let's just say what is the latest Angular version? So what is the latest CLI version? It's 17 versions. Okay, 17.3.3. Right, so this is what we are going to use at 17.3.3. Right, so let's generate that. Let's go here. But first we want to check what is the node. Dependencies, is it the dependencies? The node, what is the node? Node version for Angular 17.17. Okay, compatibility 17.1. So we'll just use 17.1 maybe. 17.1. Node is 20.9. Okay. Okay. So let's do that. Let's generate that baby girl. Let's go to Docker generation, to Angular, generate our Docker. Oh, another perfect person. Many things I wish I didn't do. And I continue learning. I never meant to do those things to you. And so I had to say before I go. I just want you to know. Found a reason for me. Change who I used to be. A reason to start over new. And the reason is you do. Sorry that I hurt you. Something I must live with every day. Can I put you through? I said I would take them all away. Be the one to catch all your tears. That's why I need you to hear. Wow. Found a reason for me. Come on, hurry up. Change you I used to be. So we're going to copy this and put this in our Angular generation compatibility. For compatibility, a reason to start over new, and the reason is you. Sorry that I hurt you. Something I must live with every day. And all the pain I put you through. I wish that I could take them all away and be the one who catches all your tears. That's why I need you to hear. I found a reason for me. Okay, so I believe we can put a note here how to create an MFE, how to create a remote app.md. Okay, so number one is create the project. Example is ng new mfe project mfe01. And then number two is um, enable the module federation code, so something like that. Snow is falling from the sky in the middle of July. So let's stranger by the day. Lyrics. I'm looking for the lyrics. Stranger by the day lyrics. Okay, so while waiting for it to complete, let's exercise our nightingale voice. Jing 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 jing. Oh, so how can we how can we generate how to new project, then selecting SESS and routing without SSR by default. Alright, skip install. What's skip install? Skip install. This flag tells the CLI to skip the initial installation of dependencies. It's helpful for speeding up the project creation, and you can install dependencies later. Alright, so no, I want to install the dependencies. How about do not enable server-side rendering by default? Snow was falling from the sky in the middle of July. Sun was shining in my eyes again last night. Okay, no specific flags like universal are used, so the project is set up without SSR. Okay then, so this should be the way next time. Alright, so it was already created, but we're going to update our Docker generation to add this ng new skip git and this one. Yeah, that's we want to add that. Okay, so we have now generated, so we're going to run docker psa docker rm docker asa qafe f for force, so we're going to run it. Right, the footsteps echo down the hall. No one's there at all. Dial your number, but your voice says I'm not home. Everything is inside out. Don't know what it's about. It keeps getting stranger by the day. Stranger by the day. Stranger by the day. Hey. Going for a walk outside. See what I can find. No reflections in the windows I pass by. If it's hotter in the shade, what runs up from the drain? Something's going on. Ugh. Okay, so Docker PSA. So it's already running, but I want this to. Wow, why is it still like this? Okay, so let's. It's already running, so let's just copy this. I think it's not planning to terminate. So a minute ago, up 59 seconds. Okay, so let's generate highlights dash web. Conversations with the mime started by the blind. Imagination must be working overtime. The world is the world is upside down. Everything is turned around. It keeps getting stranger by the day. Stranger by the day. Hey, hey, oh, Alright, this keeps on copying from container. Just wait for it to complete. Let's going to read some article online. BRICS, Russia makes a major financial announcement. Okay, so the global economic landscape has undergone a massive shift over the last several years. One of the most important catalysts of that change has been BRICS, whose 2024 chairmanship holder, Russia, has made a major financial announcement regarding its financial plans for the coming year. The country's financial minister said that it will more than double its acquisition of both gold and foreign currencies throughout April, according to a Reuters, Reuters, I'm not sure how to read this report. Oh, hold on, it's already succeeded. So this is more important. Let's see, do we have highlights? So we already have highlights. Then we can now remove our container. And is it already terminated here? All right, so now we got the highlight. So if we're going to create a docker file.dev here, in which we are going to copy and paste this thing here. and we are going to remove this and this one and this. Okay, so this was generated using Angular Node 20.9. So we're going to update this to Node 20.9, and then the CLI is this CLI, and then it got new, so it created the thing, and then what else? So this is the work dir, and then this is going to copy the package.json, package lock.json into the and then it will install, and then copy, and then serve, and it will serve, and copy this entire thing and put this here. It will serve in port 4200, and it's going to refresh. I think this is going to refresh every time, so that if we have changes in our local, it will also update the one in the container. So like that, it already created the node module, but our problem here is when we delete this node modules, this is not going to work anymore because of some ngx thing that is generated. Okay, so we're going to test this without the micro front end first. Let's see, without the micro front end, this one, the readme, this is the one to execute it. Okay, so put this here. So this is going to be dev, and this is going to be highlights at web. This one here would be highlights web, and then the actual location of the project is in highlights web. We're going to replace this with highlights web, highlights web, highlights web, highlights web, choose dashboard standalone. Okay, so this one is 4200. This one we can use 3200. Okay, show this one is 4200. Okay, so let's build this thing. We're going to build this, and we're going to run it. So let's go to the highlights, cd highlights, and this is pointing to the Docker file. The Docker file is this without the highlights, package.json. It's going to put it on the container, and then we are going to install. It shouldn't have any issues. Okay, and it's installing CLI 17.1.0. This one, we should have the same version as the Docker, the CLI that generated it. We shouldn't have any issues. Conversations with the mind. See what I can find. Okay, so let's start again. The country's finance minister said that it will more than double its acquisition of both gold and foreign currencies throughout April, according to the Reuters report. The ministry said it would buy the equivalent of 235.3 billion rubles or 2.6 billion or 11.2 billion rubles per day of foreign currency and gold. Russia to double gold and foreign currency acquisition in coming month. Throughout the last year, the global economic sector has embraced a shift in perspective amid concerns regarding the US dollar. Central banks across the globe have further embraced alternative currencies and gold acquisition as a haven asset. Specifically, this diverse wait, where is it now? This diversification has worked as a protection against the greenback's fragile position. That shift has first enacted and brought to the forefront by China and Russia action. Now, amid BRICS de-dollarization plans, Russia has made a major foreign financial announcement regarding its finance strategy. The country states that it intends to double its gold and foreign currency acquisition in the month ahead. Okay, so will it impact me? I don't have any money. So let's run this. Alright, run that. Docker PSA. So 3200 Docker logs highlights web follow. Okay, so let's continue. Therefore, Russia is said to be a net foreign currency seller throughout the coming month. However, that will be at a far lower volume than took place in then that took should be that took place in March. Overall, the decision to double gold and foreign currency. Alright, so let's run this for 3200. Should be okay now. So we're good with highlights. Then we are going to um, commit this and then push. Okay, so it's now push. We're safe with this one. Now we are going to micro-frontentify this. We're going to make this as a micro front-end remote app. Okay, so what we did here is take a note here, right? So we are going to execute this. So let's put this here. How to this is how to modular enable the micro front end module federation. So highlights web, exec highlights web, npm install, and then this one here is to set the initial project. Right, this one here, this one, this is remote. We're going to set the port to 4300. Or maybe we can just set it to 4200. Okay, or 3200. Okay, 3200. Currently we are in 3200 here and 3200 here. Exec this one here would be updated to this one. Okay, so we don't have a webpack here. So first let's execute this. Okay, so it's now executed. What has changed? So in the package.json, it installed this module federation. So we're good with that. Let's commit that. Added module federation. Okay. So next is we're going to execute this. So this one will be the one that will generate the Webpack config. Execute that. Alright, so it updated the package.json. It updated the main.ts. It updated the Angular. Updated the TS config. Created bootstrap. Added the Webpack config. So let's check them, all of it. In the Angular, yeah, it added the ngx build. Okay. All right. So this is the culprit. Did it add? So it added that. Webpack. It updated our Angular.json. What else? In the package.json, it added this run all node module thing. And then it added this ngx build plus and the ts config, the webpack. So it added a new file called webpack, webpack.config, bootstrap. Right, so main.ts. Okay, so it updated the main.ts. So that is what it did. And now we want to we want to create a new um, feature. So let's go to this one here, and we're going to expose this dashboard so that we can use it somewhere. Okay, dashboard. It is a standalone component. All right, so it added that here. And now what we want is copy this. Then in our webpack config, we're going to use that. And we're going to update this app here instead of app. We're going to point to features, then dashboard, app features, dashboard, dashboard.ts. file name will be remote entry.js. So let's check our webpack.config here. So the name, we have the name, and then this is a file, expose route, source, features, dashboard, that component to ts. Okay, so let's go back here. This one, we already executed this. Next is we want to restart our highlights docker restart highlights web, or maybe we can logs f. Okay, so it's still running. If it's still running, do we have a remote entry.js? No, we do not have. So we are going to restart highlights web follow docker restart highlights. Okay, docker logs highlights web f. No file changes. What do you mean by no file changes? We have file changes. Um, so it's generating bundle, it's restarting. Still pointing to 42. This is 3200, but do we have added 3200 here? Yeah, there's a 3200 localhost 3200 for the Webpack. Okay. So I'm not sure if this is going to affect it. Like this is 3200 and this one also is 3200. Or should we change this? Should there should be 3300 and this one is 3200. I don't know. Okay, so this is here again. We got this error again. Please make sure it is in your tsconfig via files. Okay, so we're going to Google this. We fixed this in our other application, but I'm not sure how we fixed it. Okay, missing tsconfig.json entry. The TypeScript compiler might not be configured to include dashboard component file compilation, incorrect file path. There might be typos or errors in the path to the file, either in tsconfig or how it's being used in the project. Example in imports, verify tsconfig.js location. If you use the files array, make sure it's included. Okay, so we might, what is the last command? Oh yeah, we might just rebuild this. Or maybe use this and use this. Okay, hold on. Stop this and then let's build this again. Aking balat nakasulat ang aking pag-ibig at ng sugat. Alright, sure. Module federation port and Docker image port, Docker container initial container port are the same. Okay, so run this Docker PSA Docker um, okay, hold on, let me try Docker logs highlights web. So let's see the MFE implementation. Our Docker file here is using 3300, but the way we run it is yeah, it's all 3300, and this one is also 3300. Okay. So we might want to do that. They are all 3300. This one here is 3300. So we want to do that also. So this one here will be 3200, and then because we generated this is 3300, this one is 2200, this one is also 3200. So we want to docker rm docker psa, right, and then let's run again. Everything now will be 3200. Sa aking balat nakasulat ang aking pag-ibig, lahat ng sukat. Bang, bang, babab. So it's now running. Let's docker logs highlights web f. Hope this is it. Hope this is it. So in the, where is it in Angular, right? Option 3200. Yeah, I think that's the issue. Hopefully that's it. And it's not. We are still getting this error. Okay, and the module feature of the TypeScript might behave differently than a standard Angular project. Let's focus on module version configuration. Supposes check. Okay. Double check the path. Ensure the path in your exposes section is absolutely correct relative to your project root. Even a small error here will prevent the component from being found. Try without module federation. Temporarily remove the module federation configuration. If you can build it right now, I can do. Review the shared section. Your module will ensure the dependencies. That's so good. Why did this work and why did this did not? So we'll try to make our component shorter, maybe. Let's try to make a component name that is shorter. Okay, so let's say here moon, very short name. Okay, then we're going to use that moon, app moon. Okay, so here we're going to use moon, then here is moon. Okay, so let's restart. Yeah, still missing. Are we missing something here? Okay, so maybe I have to add a route. Okay, so let's add a route. So that might be it. It should be part of a route so that Angular can find it. See? See, it should be part of a route then. And then remote entry. Oh man, so that took a while. How many hours we spent here? An hour, man. Okay, so the issue there is it should be part of a route. So if we define moon here, it should be part of a route so that webconfig can find webpack.config can find that thing here and it can serve that thing. All right, so that's it. Yeah, man, so weird. Hello, I'm good. I'm good now. Okay, so if we have that 3200, what docker psa, if we launch this mfe1 here and we want to like load in the dashboard. So instead of loading this one, we want to load 3200 and it's going to give us the is it the moon? Is it the moon? Yeah, moon. This is going to give us moon. So let's go to our micro front ends, go to mfe1 and then run that thing, run that by doing this. For we're going to run it as 4200 No, the other one. Yeah, this one is still 4200. Once we run 4200, 4200, and then it will launch the dashboard. mffe1x web follow. God, just like I heard you try to get in again. We are the very hurt you sold. And what's the worst to take? And every heart you break, and like a blade you stain, will I be haunted tonight? What's the worst that I can say? Things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. And if you carry on this way, things are better if I stay. Right, so let's load this. It's going to give us moon. It should give us moon. Because the reason why that is not working, it's because there should be moon.component. So moon, yeah, moon. All right, so that took us a while, but now we have an experience to do this properly next time. It will be much faster next time. So as promised, we're supposed to do this on live URL, but it took us some time to figure out what's going on, why it can't find the thing that we define here in Webpack. It's because we have to put it in our route. Here, we have to put an entry here in the route for Angular, for Webpack to find it. All right, cool. Thanks. That's it. Bye bye.